of what you're going to do and how you're going to be. Because you've got that emotion going on. In anger, there's even less choice. I mean, by the time we get down here to propitiation, please don't hurt me, you don't have much choice left of what you're going to do. It's what you're being made to do, according to your emotional state. In apathy, there's only a couple of choices you got here: to care or not, or to die or not. You got two choices. And at death, you've only got one choice: to stay dead or not. And you know what? There's one famous guy, at least one, this guy J.C., who supposedly made that choice, not to stay dead. At least he showed us there's a choice. But you know what? As we've come forward, as more and more choices become available, in general, everywhere, then you've got more and more choices about each one of these emotions, or from that position. Who in here knows somebody who died and was brought back medically? Hey, there's another choice down here, ain't there? There's more opportunity. It's not just once you stop breathing, that's it. Now there's more opportunity. The same thing with all of these. And I'm going to go into, and we're going to have a little break, but I'm going to go into how we apply this to choosing more and more exactly our own emotional state. Right after our short break. Okay, we're back. And what we were talking about last is the emotional tone scale, or the emotional vibratory scale, and the order in which emotions go up and down, and the fact that in higher emotions you have more choice, and in lower emotions you have less choice. Well, the whole idea is to get more and more and more choice of our own actions. As a matter of fact, the word evolution, I have a definition, special definition for the word evolution, and that is more choices of how to go about surviving. If you're just one single cell, and you don't even have any cilia to move, you don't have many choices of how you're going to go about things. But you end up with something like us, with trillions of cells, some of them very specifically dedicated. We have lots more choices. We're higher evolved. There's more ways for us to survive. And it's just been it's been a wonderful process. But what's happening now, for the first time in our human experience, is that we're getting more and more choice available. In fact, so much that we can start to choose the emotion we're in. This is key, absolutely key. You ever heard of the Hatfields and McCoys? Yeah, these people, for generations, had the same hates. Didn't change, right? I mean, it's an American story, which goes all the way back in history. People had a hard time changing their outlook or their emotional state about things. How many people in here have been angry one moment and laughing at yourself the next? Okay, how long did it take for you to change emotions?
Right now.
0. Okay? Even your mind caught on to the fact 24th of a second later. You can instantly change your emotion. Now, obviously, you had some data available, and then you got new data, and you made a choice, didn't you? You made a choice to stay angry about some misinformation or accept this new information. Hallelujah. You're happy. You made a choice, and that choice happened, bam, right then. There is an escape door out of your mind. Make a choice. That's the door. See, your mind's only got one occupation: providing you with alternatives. This or that. or that or this. And if you do this, then this or that can happen. That's what it does. It presents all these different options. Your job is to make a choice. When you make a choice, the mind is out of a job. For a little while. So like this morning, at breakfast, what am I going to have? Well, I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. But then I made a choice. Once I made a choice, then I was just no more thinking about it. It was just on to new business, and when the eggs came, I ate them. When you make a choice, your mind is unplugged until it starts making considerations about what you chose. Now, the trick is to choose for your mind to make those considerations. Have you ever sat and just watched your thoughts? And they drift by and they drift this way? Whatever happened? What happened when you did that? When you just watched when you paid attention to your mind, I'll bet you had a better opportunity to just choose. Oops, I lost my page. But when you are paying attention to the situation in your mind, then you have more option to choose. You can choose to be in that emotion. When you choose to be in that emotion, you're automatically not in it anymore. It's sort of like being in the outhouse. If you can't see the outhouse, it's because you're in it. But if you can see the outhouse, you know you're not in it. If you can ever seen yourself as angry, and you go, I'm so angry. Well, could you stay angry very easy after that? Probably not. Once you acknowledge the fact that you were angry, you weren't so angry anymore. You were now in pain. I'm so angry, Susie didn't show up. That hurt me. And as soon as you say, that hurt me, you get antagonistic about it. I just won't call her for the next 2 months. That's what I'll do. And as soon as you state that, it's boring as hell. And that's the way it works. As soon as you choose, notice and choose your emotional state, you're automatically popped up to the next one. This is actually a tool you can use with other people. It's great in counseling. It really is. It's magic. But it takes training to work with other people with this, because you can never evaluate for somebody else what emotion they're in. Can't do that. Because it throws them down. Well, you come into somebody who's all enthusiastic, and you say, well, you're pretty enthusiastic, aren't you? And this person's probably going to get antagonistic back at you. What do you mean I'm enthusiastic? What's wrong with that? Okay, it brings them, boom, down. You don't want to do that kind of thing. But you can sure work with this information without any training on yourself. And the main thing is, choose to be in the emotion you're in. If you're in grief, if you're losing something, choose to be in that emotion. And what will happen is you'll start feeling sorry for yourself. Or those people around that you can see lost. And then you'll be, once you get and acknowledge the sympathy, then automatically you're afraid of what might happen next. It's magic, people. It really, really works. Just that way and every time. And as we go forward, there's 20 shifts or 20 more choices for every 13 stages that we go through. That means for every shift you get 1.3 more changes.